Okay, so thank you all for coming. Welcome to the announcement of the nominees for the 2024 Pwnie Awards. I love it. How many of you don't know what the Pwnie Awards are? Okay, that's almost few enough to not really get into it. But the Pwnie Awards are a award show for security research. So every year, we have open nominations, so anyone can submit anything that either they've been working on or they're a fan of across 11 different categories, which I'll show in a moment. And then we select a top 3 from each of those categories. Those are then voted on by the Pwnie Awards staff and every past winner of a Pwnie Award, so I can stop getting cyberbullied by Fortune 4 companies. And and then we present the nominees here at SummerCon, and then we give the awards out in Vegas. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, obviously SummerCon for hosting us and for providing a lot of material and emotional support with this process. Margin Research, where I work, I'm doing a bunch. And Red Balloon Security, who provides a lot of help on like the artistic front and also sponsors the after party. So huge shout out to them, love that, and it's handy because I don't know how to book those rooms. I figured that given everything going on, it would help for us all to kind of stand in solidarity. Literally, like, I want you all to stand up. Thank you. All rise for the pledge. So follow after me, all right? We're gonna go. I pledge allegiance to CISA and promise to stop writing insecure code. No more bugs. Just good code. Not bad code. Pick your favorite. All right, thank you. You may be seated. We got a lot of nominees this year. I'll get into exactly why after this, because I didn't really rehearse this. In past years, we kind of did counts every once in a while, and we were getting around 80 nominations across every category. This year, we're up to 151 nominations. Some of those categories going as high as 32 for the most innovative award. Only 4 for epic fail, but we'll get to that. No spoilers. Very excited though, because this year we actually got 7 nominees for best mobile bug, whereas last year we didn't get any. I don't know why people are not publishing mobile vulnerability research anymore. It definitely isn't a reflection on the industry or anything like that. Phones are very secure and you can't hack them, so that's thankfully. So very exciting news. We were talking about this on Twitter, but we have a new venue. Huge shout out to Black Hat for hosting the Pwnie Awards for like 17 years or something. I can't count. I have computers do that for me. But we have now moved the Pwnie Awards over to DEF CON. This is where they are. We're going to be doing track 2 at 10 a.m. on Saturday, so please don't go too hard the night before. I would love to see you all there. And the other thing that we always do at SummerCon for when we're announcing the nominations is show off the awards. And due to a clerical error that's entirely my fault, I have pictures of most of the ponies, but thankfully someone went ahead and made a very, very special one, which please bring that out now, if you could. Yes, ta-da. This is a hand-carved wooden Pwnie award, 1 of 1. I don't know if we can get people to make 11 of these, but where's Kai? Kai, are you in the... Oh, holy shit. Teleported. Can we say the artist? What?
It's Kashayar.d.
Kashe Aradashi, right? Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you so much for doing this. It's worth noting that the Pwnie Awards are purely a volunteer effort. None of us get paid. Someone put a lot of time and energy into doing this, and we are extremely grateful to them for doing that. Here are the other awards that we made. So in a like non-disclosed location in the DC metro area, we got together in a basement, and yeah, I bought 11 My Little Ponies off Amazon and like one day shipped them, which is irreparably damaged my ad targeting. I won't like get into the details, but it's rough out there. So yeah, we just all got together, painted these things, spray paint, and just completely fumigated ourselves. We have a gold-leafed pony, which I don't know if we've had those before. And this is what the finished products will look like, and we have 11 of these. Not 11 of each, but like, you know, when you go up to claim your pony, you can pick your favorite. All right, so now we're going to go to the actual nominees. So I'm gonna have to like turn around a little bit for this one. And I started at the bottom because I was reading this before, but so see, I did practice a little bit. All right, so you guys can't read this for shit, can you? A little bit. No, I promise I do know what I'm doing. Look at that. A little better? All right. I still can't read. I'm doing everything I can. Oh, you can't read. Oh, okay. It's all right. I'll read out some of them to you. Yeah, so for Best Crypto Bug, huge shout out, by the way, to Nick Sullivan, who volunteered to review the nominations for cryptography, which is always the hardest one to do because it's really hard. And, you know, if it wasn't, then, you know, although, like, RSA is a very simple algorithm. It's just, yeah. Anyway, so we have breach extraction attacks for core nub. Yeah. GoFetch, breaking constant time cryptographic implementations using data memory dependent prefetchers. Personal favorite. Blast radius UDP considered harmful. It's worth noting, one of these actually calls out some of Nick's research, and I believe breaks it. I don't know if Nick is in the room and could probably describe that better than I can, but really cool stuff. For Best Desktop Bug, we have Ben Barnea's 3-episode research on Windows paths, a Chrome O-Day caused by improperly triggered audio rendering, bytecode breakdown, unraveling Factorio's Lua security flaws. Love some game hacking. Real shit, like game hackers are the best in the business. It's like where some of those brilliant people in the world come from. Best Mobile Bug. Yeah, so Operation Triangulation got nominated. Shout out to whoever wants to claim that award if it wins. Would love to meet you. Gaining kernel code execution on an MTE-enabled Pixel 8. And then that Samsung Galaxy A bug chain. So, down to best privilege escalation. I think I read some of these. Unplugging XHCI. Something to mention is we got 151 nominations, which means we have 151 very unique, very technical research papers to go through. And I promise we read some of them. We'll also be publishing this online and like kind of actually adding people who are nominated, and it'll be at DEF CON this year so they can go and not pay $5,000. A registry window to kernel memory, CVE, and Windows streaming service UAF used at Pwn to Own Vancouver. Oh, that was Chompy. Yeah, shout out to Chompy. Best RCE, jump server pre-auth RCE exploit full chain. Edward Z. Peng. I think possibly a Pwnie Award winner, or at least a previous nominee. Chain of 3 vulnerabilities to Pwn Exchange. Love Microsoft Exchange pwning. unless you have to deal with it, you know. The overlooked pattern, a CVE's path to pre-auth RCE. All right, now we're getting to the really fun ones I can actually talk about. So Pwnie for epic achievement, discovery of the XZ backdoor to Andres Freund. This, like, no shit, personal favorite. I love this. It's also why I'm glad that we have a lot of people voting on this, so I can't just like lean on it, because the other nominations are also sick and it's tough to choose. But if you're not familiar, this was the backdoor that was implanted using a pattern that I was at SummerCon claiming existed a few years ago that no one fucking believed me. See? So yeah, love this. Very interesting. It was someone who went in and just started legitimately controlling a critical downstream repository that SSH relied on, and then they added a backdoor, and no one really caught it until Andres was like, hey, this is taking like 50 milliseconds longer than normal to compile, and looked. You know, what's the term, like many eyes, all bugs are shallow? 2 years, buddy. Windows down date. This is also really fun. So they exploited the Windows update feature in order to, because Windows has this issue with backwards compatibility, which I think they should just stop. But using that, they were able to compromise it, and if I understand it correctly, which I probably don't, through that feature, they were able to make old bugs applicable. Which means you could basically make anything that previously worked that got patched out suddenly effective again, which really opens up your tool chest. And then Flexo, bending microarchitectural weird machines towards practicality. This one was actually really fascinating, but I didn't add an appropriate description for it, so you'll have to read about that later on. Yeah, we'll get to epic fail. Pwnie for lamest vendor response, historic favorite. The Linux CVE CNA debacle. Torvalds is going to be really mad at me, but he probably is by default. The Linux kernel team is giving every bug a CVE, not just security ones, which is, I mean, I really hate CVE anyway. It's survivor bias on crack. Like, it's not going to. There's so many companies that will go out and just count the number of CVEs in your supply chain and then be like, oh, this is how secure you are because you have these many, so you don't want fewer. And it's like, yeah, but those are the ones where people are looking. It's the other ones that fuck you up later on. We have Xiaomi's Pwn2Own infrastructure fail, which is also crazy. During Pwn2Own, Xiaomi realized that the contestants were exploiting a particular feature, and so they disabled that part of their infrastructure globally to stop them from being able to succeed in the Pwn2Own competition. So, I mean, shit, go hard or go home, guys. And then we also have a nomination for, and again, these are open nominations, please don't yell at me, for Kaspersky Antivirus, who legit tried to claim a bug bounty from Apple for triangulation. Respect the effort. There is a line that legal, we hate legal, unless there are legal, added. You can't pay out a bug bounty to a sanctioned organization. You'll get in a lot of trouble. So that didn't work, but I get where they were coming from. The Pwnie for most innovative, Ahoy attacks against confidential VMs where we inject interrupts to alter the execution state. It was Benedict Schulter. Two-door attack, systematically exploring and exploiting logic vulnerabilities in DNS response pre-processing with malformed packets. Idealier, let the cache and let the WebAssembly assemble, knocking on Chrome's shell for Edward Boshin and Tao Yan. V8 exploit chain, it's still there. Most underhyped research, see no eval, runtime dynamic code execution, Objective-C. For code colorist, we've got Flexo, again, down at the bottom, coming in hot, and dangerous import source forge patches critical code vulnerability. And that is it. And we will be uploading them, and we will have better descriptions. And we got some very good feedback last year regarding how we kind of run the award show. But what we're looking to do is, as kind of evidenced here, it's really difficult to articulate how interesting a lot of this research is. So we're going to be like really leveraging more of the community this year to kind of maybe give some like fire talks and explain exactly which bug ends up winning. And again, I promise we'll give better descriptions when we upload them. All right, I have to go back over the slides. Yes, it was in the tab. So yeah, we have a winner for one of these categories this year. Normally we don't give out the Pwnie Award for these categories at SummerCon, but due to extenuating circumstances, we saw fit. And also, the nominees for Epic Fail really weren't that good, and they really outdid themselves. Thank you. We will have, you're not getting the wooden one, but we will have a Pwnie for you, whoever would like to claim that at DEF CON. If you get it, you get it. Hi, Dan. Bye, Dan. Yeah, so CrowdStrike, this is sort of a quick rundown of everything that happened from a little newsletter I get in the morning because I really couldn't be bothered. So 3 big airlines, United, Delta, American, grounded flights. 9,200 flights coming in or out of the US were delayed out of 38,000 affected worldwide. 2,650 were canceled out of 4,200 worldwide. They were handwriting boarding passes. Traders at JP Morgan Chase, UBS, Bloomberg couldn't execute trades in the morning. Financial Times said it was the biggest upset in years. Hospitals, some of the largest in Europe and the US, were forced to cancel elective operations, routine appointments and walk-ins. Online portals for most of UK general practitioners went down. Governments were having outages. It delayed Harvey Weinstein's trial. And they took down Starbucks, which... Oh, I don't know. Don't put me in the picture. Actually, wait, get Dan in there. It's Dimitri, you're fine. Okay. Bye. All right, and just to kind of wind things down because, like we are swinging for the fences here and like really kind of, it's not punching down, right? But I do want to kind of say a little bit before leaving you all. This is admittedly kind of like a lukewarm take that like years ago I would honestly scoff at, but it bears stating. Given everything that's happened and everything that's happening, we work in an incredibly high-stakes industry with catastrophic consequences for getting things wrong. We need to be critical of these failures and sometimes force parties to acknowledge them. But these are also our friends, neighbors, colleagues. There's always another human on the other side of it. The entire world ends up bearing the consequences for these types of failures. And the people next to you bear the burden of not letting those things come to pass. So please aggressively seek out and never miss opportunities to support the people around you. You'll never wish that you hadn't, and you'll always wish that you had. And one day you won't be able to. So please take care of each other. See you at DEF CON.